Welcome back, everyone. It's Adam Ratliff with Adam So Fun, and this is part two in that Main Street Celebration bench pillow, Kimberbell, Brother Scan and Cut, embroidery, Pro Stitcher Designer, all of that mixed into one. So in part one, I showed you how to bring in designs or SVG files from maybe your embroidery files, bring it into Pro Stitcher Designer and save it in a different way. For example, this one had 3 SVG files to cut, and that's what I'm going to be using the scan and cut for. And it had all of the pieces for that block. Instead of breaking it out with pieces for fabric, it was pieces for the block. So I was able to take those 3 files, pull out specific pieces, like all the windows and all of the buildings, or what was something else? Everything that comes from the red fabric. Bring it and save it as a specific file and group them all really close together. So instead of making, say, 3 different cuts for those windows, I made 1 cut. So this is my window fabric. And instead of having maybe 3 pieces this size or 3 pieces around this size, because you're going to get a lot of extra whenever you use kind of these files, because the machine is going to stitch and then we need to go in and trim it. Well, this is going to do that trimming part for us, so we're not going to need to go in and trim anymore. So I did that, did my SVG files. I also treated the fabric with Terial Magic, which is a super starch and almost makes it like paper. So like you can see that this stands up just like a piece of paper. This stuff is really kind of amazing. But so all my fabric's been treated. This video, I'm going to show you how to bring those SVG files that we saved. I'm going to bring them into Canvas Workspace, which is the brother kind of free editing software. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to lay it out, and I'm going to be able to cut all 8 pieces, which are all 8 fabrics. I'm not even going to say pieces, all 8 fabrics on one cutting mat at one time. So I'm going to bring it into Canvas Workspace. I have the, whatever number this is, the SD350DX, blah, blah, blah. So this has Wi-Fi capability. So I can set up my design here on my computer and send it straight over through Wi-Fi and bring it up on my screen. And then I'm going to be able to lay out my fabrics once I find out the layout that I set it up. Scan it in, move my pieces around so I make sure I'm on top of that fabric. And I'm not going to have to cut anything. So it seems like it's a lot of work, but it really didn't take that much time. It's taking more time to record it. And if I were trimming around each piece with my scissors, that takes a while. So this is going to save me all of that. So stick around. We're going to jump into the computer and I'm going to show you the Canvas Workspace and how I deal with that. And then we'll come back, we'll put our stuff on our mat and we'll get to cutting. And I'm just excited to get this done so I can go and start running that embroidery module. So we'll see you in a second. All right, here we are in Canvas Workspace. This is a free program that works with the Brother Scan and Cut. You just have to set up an account, and like I said, it's free, and you can come in here. There's a bunch of projects and stuff in here. I need to actually play around in here more. Remember, this is my first time I'm actually using the Scan and Cut and doing any of this, but I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm going to come over here to this SVG because I want to import an SVG from my computer. And I saved these designs. You do have to remember where you saved them. So I saved them on my taco drive, under embroidery files, under Kimberbell, under Main Street Celebration, under SVG, and then designer created because I created these files myself. And here I have all of my files. So I'm just going to start opening them. So this is my buildings file. So this will have 2 buildings, and I believe the what was the other thing? 2 buildings and the garage door. No, not garage. Yeah, garage door. So this is how it opens. So now once I'm in here, it's like being in Pro Stitcher Designer. I have full capabilities of moving things around. And I might leave these like this. I think this looks good. I'm just going to bring it a little closer. I don't want to change the layouts too much because I use these layouts to help me decide how big I wanted to cut my fabric. And a matter of fact, I am going to move this because it's going to want to open them all in the top left, which I forgot. So I'm going to move this and we can move it over to our top right. And I'm not really sure how this works. So I'm going to come inside those lines. I think I can be right on the line, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to come right in. So now I'm going to go to my SVG file and pick up the next one. And this is the farmhouse door. And I have a few of these just random little rectangles. I'm just going to open them and put them somewhere. And then I'll find out later, because I have some big pieces and then little pieces. I can fit the little pieces in where I need them. So this is the fire building in the truck. So I'm going to pick up just these two. And how I did this one, these two are one fabric and this is a different fabric. So I can drop these down here in my bottom left corner. I might move this a little closer. And again, this is one of those random pieces I can just stick over here. Open our next one, the foundations. So let's see if I can just, I don't want that house. So I'm going to end up picking up the house. So that's fine. We're going to do this. And then I can pick just that one foundation up. And let's put this in the bottom right corner because I know this is just a skinny strip I cut. That looks good. And then we'll pick up our next one. How about the inner building is just going to be a square like these other two. So I can move that here. And I know we have the roof, I believe, and the windows. So we did that. We did that. So here's our roof parts. And I'm going to move them. This actually works out pretty nice. And then I can pick up my windows. I mean, this is how easy it really is. And I'm not even going to move my windows. I don't have to. You know what I might do? Because I set this up, because this is windows for three different blocks. So how I did it, it was these 6 go to one block, one house. Or these go to the, I believe, the house. These are the general store. And these are the fire station. So this looks pretty good. I could actually rotate this teal one. So now I'm going to come over into my settings and my properties, and I can rotate this 90 degrees. I'm just going to type in 90 and hit enter. And that might fit here. So what I'm going to have to do, because you know, I overcut my fabric, not huge. I mean, that's the whole point of this. I didn't want to have to overcut my fabric really big. I was trying to stay within like a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to lay these things here. Maybe we'll bring that back over here. There's enough room. I'm just going to undo or just hit 0 and put it back how it was. Because I can always come back and change this. So what I'm going to do, this looks like a pretty good layout for what I need it to be. So I'm going to do this, and I can save this. So I can just say File, Save As, or Save. I haven't named it, so it'll make me name it. And I'm just going to name this Total SC Layout. And that's for scan and cut. I can save. And now I can just come up and hit or do my export. And it's going to say processing. And I can export it via the internet. And I'm going to switch. Oh, I'm going to export it via the internet, and it's going to show up into my scan and cut. But I'm going to switch views. That's how easy it is to bring in those SVG files. So really think of it. Anything, any design in ProStitcher can be turned into an SVG file, brought into this program, and now it's a cut file. I mean, you could cut an edge to edge if you want and just make 2 pieces. I don't know why you do it, but you could. I mean, for someone who likes to think outside the box, this is like blowing my mind right now. But yeah, I'm going to send these over, and we'll see you back in real person so I can line up my fabrics and we can get to cutting. All right, so here's my scan and cut mat. I have all my pieces. I did trim the little hairs. They get a little bit of a threads because, you know, I was sitting there squeezing them and everything. I'm gonna open up. I have my Canvas workspace open on my computer because I'm gonna reference this when I place these pieces on here. So this is the fabric sheet. The brown, I know it's a fabric sheet, and it's high tack. So I'm going to take off my dust cover and be careful not to really touch it because it is the high tack. And I can pull up my pieces, and I'll do my big ones first. Like, I know that I have my truck down here in the corner, so I'm going to look, and it shows me that I need to go about 3 1/4 inches to the side. So I'm going to come in and pop this down right here. And again, I overcut them, so it should be fine. And that went up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 6. Oh, it went up to 7. So perfect. So there's our first piece. And again, I'm going to be able to move some stuff around once it scans. I think, according to the Scan and Cut website and the videos I've been watching on YouTube. I might make YouTube videos, but I also watch a lot. This one's going to go down here. And I think that was this. I need this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This needs to be just a little bit of like 6.5. And I think I made this at 7. So I'm going to cut this one down. The windows, or this is the house, so I'm going to put that up in the top left, and I need to get it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a little more. So I need it, put it right there. And remember, I'll be able to go back in and realign things because I'm going to scan this first. So there's that. Make sure these are pressed down good. Our windows, which is our blue dots, going to pop up here. Our brown piece heads in here. Now, like I said in video 1, I might crash and burn at this. Hey, but at least I'm doing it. Just like when you're long arming, you might crash and burn, but at least you're doing it and you're trying it. That's why I always say, don't let anyone steer you the wrong way. You get to do you and make your own mistakes and practice, and you don't have to be perfect. Remember that. And, ooh, that one did fit right there. And I might not have to cut this one because I can fit some stuff in other places. We'll have to see. Nope, I do. I think I have to take about 1 inch off. Oh, I can measure this. This right now is 7 inches, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only need like 6 1/4. I'll be right back. Trying to make sure everything's pressed down really good. And there we have it. So everything's pressed down really good. And here's my mat. I have all 8 of those different fabrics, and this is going to cut all of that stuff out at one time. I'm so excited. So I'm going to move the camera so you're just looking at the Scan and Cut, and I'm either going to succeed or I'm going to fail. But we'll see you in a second when we move that camera, everyone. All right, so here we are at the Scan and Cut. And you can see the design. Can you see that? You can kind of see the design in there. The designs are all loaded. And what I did is I just sent it over from my computer right into my Scan and Cut. Now, I want to scan this because I want to make sure things are placed. I know I moved some of these things around when I placed them down here. So I'm going to hit this little box with the bar. And this is going to scan the mat in the background. So I'm going to hit Start. And it will go through and scan everything for me. And now I can see all of my fabrics in my Scan and Cut. To turn this light off so I can see. All right, so I might get my head in front of the camera, but I want to come to Edit because I need to move some stuff around to make sure it's going to fit. So I wonder if I move you here. All right, I had to turn some things off so I could see. All right, so I can see my fabric. The hard thing here is that these fabrics are dark. So you can't see them on the screen, or you can't see them on the recording, but I can see that I need to move this up a little bit. So I can select my image and just drag it up and select my next image. I want this one. There we are. And drag it up. Pull this piece. Drag it up. I'm getting in front of the camera so I can see. Looks good. Now, the red is fine. My windows up at the top are fine. My buildings are fine. My foundations are fine. So I just need to move these three. This one in the center, I'm going to have to edit that one. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I want to object edit. And I want to rotate that. I need to rotate it 90 degrees because I put its fabric on sideways. So I can drop it right there. This actually comes down here. This is the fire truck. And this one will get moved up into the blue box. And now that everything looks good, I was just confirming it looks good, I can hit OK. 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 I want to select cut. And then this is going to cut. I'll speed it up for you. It'll take about 4 minutes. All right, so finished cutting. I'm just gonna hit OK. And I'm gonna move you back so you can see me, and we'll be right back. All right, so it is moment of truth time. I am going to eject my mat. I'm gonna get my little spatula, and this will help me get my pieces up. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Holy cow! I found a new favorite toy. This is incredible. So even if setup took you a little bit of time, I just know how much time it takes to go in and trim all of the areas, or trim all this fabric after it's stitched down, and you have to go in and physically, or with scissors and trim everything. That's always like, ugh, okay, I'll do it in 10 minutes because I don't feel like doing it right when I need to. And I don't know if you've done a Kimberbell, but there's a lot of that because they're really intricate patterns. This is totally worth the time to do the setup. But there are all my pieces for those 3 blocks. Everything's cut out. Very little waste. I mean, there's a little bit, but this is awesome. Oh my gosh. Get ready because you're going to get a lot of these Pro Stitcher Designer projects with the scan and cut. So now I can just take these off. I'll put them in the appropriate bags because I bag up all my pieces. I do have the embellishment kit for this, so I'm going to cut up that. But stay tuned on my Facebook because Facebook and Instagram, because I'm sure I'm going to be posting pictures of this stuff. I'll probably start at about, what time is it? In about 4 minutes, I'm going to start my first block. That's it. That's using Pro Stitcher Designer to set up your SVG files to take into any of your cutter kind of devices, your electronic cutters. I just happen to have the Brother Scan and Cut. Again, thank you, Stitch House. This thing is amazeballs. But yeah, I'm gonna get to work. Thank you for joining me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. If you like the scan and cut, or if you have one and you want some more videos of like how we can incorporate this with the long arm, let me know in the comments below. share it, tell all your family to follow me, hit that bell icon to subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when the videos drop, especially like this is a special video. They don't usually come this close together. And follow me on social media, Adam's So Fun everywhere, and that's an SEW. And remember everyone, at the end of the day, it's just quilting. We want to laugh and we want to have a good time. See you next time. And if you're in Texas, long distance hugs while I'm teaching you how to long arm. Bye everyone.